morning, everybody. We're back here in Texas. Made it back safely, but we did blow a fuel line on the way back. We were spraying fuel everywhere, so we made it all the way back, and I took off the fuel line and went to get it replaced, and what they're showing me is a replacement line that is nowhere near similar. Let me show you. Oh, you're almost there. There you go. Okay, that was one, and here's another one. Well, mate, I think he found his way out too. There was 3 birds in here. Zip. No, you didn't want to hear all that. There's 6 of these things. 8 of them. So I won't make you listen to that again. So mine are 3/8, and I have a extra bolt or 2 on a piece of tape and a wrench there. So if I'm ever in an emergency and I got to get this cover off quick, I got the tools right here at hand. Got the bed propped up. Got all the bolts out of the engine cover. I'm about to open her up. Let's see what's in there. Probably gonna need the flashlight. Now, let's see what's in there. This looks dirty. It might take me a minute to figure out where that fuel is coming from. Okay, I'll get back to you. Okay, so what we have is a broken fuel line. It is a fuel line down there that's got a banjo fitting on each side. I don't think there's any way I'm gonna get a picture of it. Okay, so I think I got this time. The screwdriver is moving brake. See where it's broken right there? That's the end of the pipe coming out of the banjo. Anyway, that is broke clear off, and we were still running somehow. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm trying to get to the fuel line that broke. I've taken off the fuel line from right. Gosh, it's hard to film anything in here. I've taken off this fuel line to give me some room, and there's a wire that plugs in just over it. I've unplugged that. Now I'm going to take off this filter bowl and move it out of the way because there's a supporting bracket for the fuel line just behind it. So that's what we're doing now. I'm taking off these 2 10 millimeters. Okay, with those 2 10 millimeters out, I can move this out of my way. Hopefully. I think I'm gonna have to get the rest of the fuel lines off of it though. Okay, so I've taken loose the fuel line on the other side here. I'm gonna take it off. Move it out of my way. These banjo connectors connect with this guy right there. Okay, so with the filter bowl out of the way, I can get to that bracket right there. It's got a 10 millimeter holding that fuel line into next to the block. Okay, so that is going to leave me with this end of the fuel line. Sorry about this, but it is right here. That's the other end of the fuel line I've got to take loose. Coming off now. Okay, so I've got everything just connected on it. Now it's just a matter of fishing it out of there. And along with everything else you need, more than one end. Okay, put you down for a minute. Well, you can hear me? Okay. On this end, it's a 5/8. I broke it open with a line wrench. Let's see. 5/8 line wrench. Then I'm using just an open end to get it out of there. Okay, so after fishing that thing out, that's what we looked like. That is the end that broke. Right there, a nice clean break. This was the end that it broke off of right there. So that booger went in there like that. Nice clean break, and believe it or not, we still ran 20 miles like that. And that's what it looks like. So this is the fuel line that I took off. This is the piece that came off of it, and it's kind of oriented about like that. I'll put that right there where we can compare. Now then, so this fuel line would be something like this. Would be something like this. That's the end of it right there. And now then, to compare it, this fuel line oriented the same way would be, it's much, much longer. And it's a completely different shape. But the service bulletin says that the old one that I've got is replaced by this new one. And I've got to get in there and figure out how in the world I'm going to make that work. So, it's going to be one of them puzzles. It's sure to be fun. Oh, and by the way, the cost, I priced it at 2 places. Just for that fuel line and the seals, $131 and $144. So that's a whole lot for a little piece of stainless steel tube. Okay, so here is my problem. I've got this end basically made it up here. It goes right there, and it comes around over here, and it is supposed to go into that socket right there. I can't even get my screwdriver in there. That socket right there. See that opening? And here is the other end up there. So I'm gonna have to bend that around in a way that it will mate up down there and stay out of the way of everything. This fuel canister water separator still has to go back right here. So this goes behind it, and I'm gonna have to bend that around. I've got a tubing bender, so I think I can bend it without collapsing it. Like I said, that's an expensive piece of tube. I don't want to bend it wrong. So I might make me a prototype. We'll see how to do it. So that lays it out pretty good. That is what I'm up against. I don't know why they think that's gonna work. But I'm gonna have to do some heavy modifications. That seems to be my only option. I guess you should wish me luck. That tubing bender's from Harbor Freight. It wasn't very much, maybe $10, $15, I don't know. But that's what it looks like. It bends it real well. I'm not gonna bend it. That's my old one. I'm gonna leave it like that. But yeah, you just pull them handles together and it does a good job. Okay, so there's the problem. The coat hanger wire is my prototype. I've built it, bent it around to approximate what I've got. I want to experiment with that coat hanger wire, bend it the way I think that I want to put the pipe, and then take that pipe out, or take the coat hanger wire back out there and make sure it's got clearance to everything. That's my plan. I don't see any other way to do this. Okay, well, this looks a little crazy, but it's working. You see all my little twists and bends there, and still got to get the water separator back on, and then put the plug back in the engine. And this end down here, it's not started yet, but I'm getting there. For as far away as I was when I started, I'm getting there. Okay, that's all hooked up now. You can see how that little bend I made there goes around the wiring harness, and the water separator is going to go right here, this piece. And that's about it. I get that back on there. This fuel line goes to the water separator, and there's a little electric plug on it, and then bleed the system down and should be back in business. Okay, so I was looking through my records, and I see that I changed the fuel filters at 52,899, and that was in 2020. So this is 23, and my last fill up was 62,850. So I think that filter's got plenty of mileage on it. It's time to go ahead and change it while I'm there. Change the filter. See what's in there. Should probably be dry, since I had this whole thing open. There's a little bit in there, I hear it. Not much. So I'll change that and clean that bolt out. See what's down in the bottom of it. So what I'm doing now is attempting to bleed this fuel system. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you posted. Okay, so what I'm doing is cracking these injectors. I understand you should do 1, 3, and 5. I'm just doing 2 at random here, and we'll see if that works first. So for a cheater bar, I've got a big socket with a big extension on it, and that's on a 3/4 inch line wrench. Okay, I think I've got everything back in place. Check it over real close, make sure I didn't forget to connect something. Yeah. Okay, let's do it again.